I feel like you're gonna like scream when you send it to some people.
Oh my gosh,
Send
I
it
know
to-
I have to send it to Parker, but I really don't.
Ah!
Send it to Parker!
Oh my
Ah! This is so awkward!
Hello.
Hey guys, what's up?
So today we are doing a very interesting video. The trend came from TikTok, so I'll give credit to TikTok. I have no idea who started it, but essentially how it goes is you create a quiz and you send it to the people that you either dated or had a crush on,
Or been on dates
or
with.
been on dates with. Our friend Jazzy made this video with the guys that she had crushes on, and it was really funny.
Hilarious.
And so we just, we asked her if we could use the video idea. Screenshot
And
here. She
Hello.
said yes, of course. So
Here
love
we
you,
are.
Jazzy. Thank you.
Mwah.
But here we are. Obviously, you guys know I've only dated one person, and I'm still dating that person. So I'm not a good reference for this. I have dated actively like 2 or 3 people, but
There's been tons of dates.
we're basically gonna create like a Google Form survey for all of the guys that I've been on dates with, and we're gonna put all sorts of questions and weird things about me
Juicy
and the date,
questions.
and then we're gonna read their responses whenever we get them. So that's gonna be the second half of the video. I don't even know how
There's
to
a few
predict
toxic
this.
boys out there I went on dates with. I prefer to just. Okay,
Cool. We're back in business,
What
ladies
should
and
we
gents.
title it?
Ooh, let's make it juicy. Like
How was our date together?
that's dumb. Maybe do something like
How do you feel about me? Juicy details.
just do the truth or juicy details or something. Ooh, first, an untitled question. When did we go on a date?
I don't remember those things.
Her title of her quiz was "You're getting this because I liked you" quiz. So just say "You're getting this because we went on a date" quiz.
Okay.
Okay, this is when it should
On
get
a scale
juicy.
of 1 to 10, how fun was our date?
What if someone put a 1? Would you be offended?
I would be like,
What if they were like,
okay.
1, it was horrible? Just say, tell me why, so that they can give you like detailed answers of why they gave a 10 or a 1. Wait, okay, the next one should be on a scale of 1 to 10, rate my attractiveness.
Okay.
And then the next question should be, did that play a factor in you going on a date with me?
This is so bad.
Rate my personality from 1 to 10. Oh, I feel like you're gonna get no, they're probably not gonna put a 1. You have a good personality. I feel a little bit like the blonde princess from Princess and the Frog in this shirt, but I'm in a good way. Okay, so we figured out that you can actually put little end markers, and so we're adding those in right now.
So we changed to how fun was our date to I'd rather date a rock, all the way to 10, which was I was in love.
And then rate my attractiveness. Label 1 is gonna be like
How about the 10 side? Megan
up there with
Fox.
Megan Fox.
I couldn't even look at you.
Yeah, I couldn't even look at you as good. Rate my personality 1 to 10.
1 being slightly resembles a saltine cracker.
That's a good. And then how awkward. Rate 1 to 10. How awkward is this? Can you imagine? I would totally fill it out though. I would. That's the kind of person I am. I would like if someone said this to me, I would just cackle and then try and come up with the funniest answers to put. That is just me. So we'll see. These answers might be boring or they're probably gonna be hilarious. I'm guessing hilarious, knowing the guys. So far,
The questions are, what is your name? When did we go on a date? How many dates did we go on? How fun was our date? Tell me why. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate my attractiveness. Did this play a factor in you going on a date with me? Rate my personality 1 to 10. What terms are we on? On a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward is this? Would you go on another date with me? Anything else you'd like to say to my YouTube viewers?
I think it's perfect. Time to send the quiz.
I feel like you're gonna like scream when you send it to some people.
Oh my gosh,
Send
I
it
know
to-
I have to send it to Parker, but I really don't.
Send it to Parker. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so awkward if he fills
This is
out.
so. We've spoken since we broke up like 4 times, and it's always been awkward. Every single time, it's been awkward.
Send it. This is so awkward. Some of these people she actually dated. Some of these people it's just as friends. But we want to get a wide variety of responses, and so just remember that because we're gonna send it to a lot of people.
on a date with.
Do I do it or is that just too far? He's engaged. I say do it. The worst that can happen is he doesn't
He
respond.
hasn't spoken to me in here anyway.
They're sent off, so now we just have to wait and
Get the responses.
Oh my god. It has been 6 sitting for a weekend. So we sent it to the boys. We sent it to how many boys?
I think we ended up sending it to 13.
Even Parker filled it out.
I saw his name and I was like, OMG.
We were like, actually did it? So Parker, if you're watching this, thanks for filling it
Shout out
out.
to you for actually filling it out.
Unless it, yeah.
So response number 1 is from Matthew. Now this was a senior at Baylor who asked me on a date. One of the nicest people I've ever met.
Oh my gosh, he's so nice.
Yeah, I was interested in another guy at the time. Oops. And I went on the date anyway because I thought he was a really nice person. When did we go on a date? Oh,
He knows the day.
very large information. It was September 6th, 2019. We went on one date. How fun was our date? I said I'd rather date a rock, which was 1. I was in love. 10! He put a 10! Tell me why. I felt like we had a lot in common and the conversation was easy flowing. On top of that, we got ice cream.
Solid response.
That is, I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate my attractiveness. He said, up there with Megan Fox, 10. Did this play a factor in you going on a date with me? He said, no. Rate my
Good for you.
personality. Slightly resembles a saltine cracker all the way to the best thing that has happened to mankind. He put me as the best thing that has happened to mankind.
This man is so nice.
He said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward is this? 1 was I'm cringing and 10 was nah bruh, it's chill. He said
put a 9.
I
This
understand.
man.
I said, would you go on another date with me? He said, yes. I said, anything else you'd like to say to my YouTube viewers? He said, nope. That was a cute response.
so cute.
That one was cute. I have
Time for Alex.
Okay, so we go to this church at Baylor, and this is one of the kids. He's a year younger than me. He goes to the same church. We went on a date. We're friends now, and we were friends before, so we kind of went on the date as friends, but like maybe just to see if there was more. There wasn't, so we never really went on a second date. When did we go on a date? 11/17/2019. How many days we go on 1? How fun was our date? A 7. I don't blame him. We went to a cycle bar. He was like super pumped about it, and I told him beforehand, I was like, this isn't gonna be fun. You're gonna be miserable. I mean, it was fun because we were both miserable. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like a bonding experience.
He said, tell me why. I felt like it was the average get to know you kind of date. Fun, but not serious.
True.
Very true. We were friends. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate my attractiveness. He put me as an 8.
Oh my gosh,
I'll take it.
Alex.
I know it. Thank you, Alex. Did this play a factor in you going on a date with me? No.
these
Dang, that's
solid
the
men.
second guy. Personality, I guess it is. Rate my personality of 1 to 10. He said I was an 8.
That's pretty solid.
I'm a solid
At least
8.
you're not
I'll
a
take
saltine
it.
cracker. Okay, it could be a saltine cracker.
Good terms, but you did blow Matthew and I off this week for hanging out. I was fulfilling orders for our launch. I couldn't come. On a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward is this? He put a 9. Nah, bro, it's chill. Oh, good. What you gonna do with me? He said, yes! Alex!
Wow.
The next one. Again, one of those people that, this was actually a blind date.
Oh,
I don't know if he ever liked me, but it was kind of more of just like a mutual friendship thing. When did we go on a date? 11/9.
You went on a lot of dates in November.
was the move in 2019.
Wow, snapping out all
How
these
did we
dates.
go on 1? How fun was our date? He put it at a 10.
Oh, he was in love.
He said, I took you to the date, so it was going to be fun no matter what.
He spelled matter M-D-D-M-A-D-D.
Meaning it was him, so it was going to be fun.
Oh,
Lame.
brother.
On a scale of 1 to 10, rate my attractiveness. He put me as an 8. I think
Solid.
I'm now a solid 8. Did this play a factor in going on a date with me? No.
These
This is
men.
the third man that
These
said that.
men.
Rate my personality 1 to 10. He said 7. That's probably because I boss him around sometimes when he leaves messes in my kitchen. He said, what terms are we on? I'm over at your house all the time, so I'd say pretty good.
This is true.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward is this? 10.
Nah, bruh, it's chill.
Would you go on another date with me? Yes. Aw, Chris. Hi, what is your name? Sam. So
Sam. We love Sam.
his grandma goes to church with us here in Dallas with our family.
His grandma is so awesome.
bomb.com.
Anyway,
He just texted me. Sam literally just texted me.
we were at church and his grandma was like, hey, I should hook you up with my grandson in Utah. So we went and visited Utah, and sure enough, we went on a date with him. And
was a double date.
The first date was honestly fun, but also crazy.
It was wild.
It was crazy. And then we ended up just keeping
Being
in
really good
contact.
friends.
And now he's like our BFF. We love Sam.
I end up as friends with a lot of the guys.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, Sam is so awesome. Sam says we went on a date 4/22/2020. We went on
is true.
2 dates.
This is true.
Because we went up to Utah twice and we went on 2 double dates. How fun was our date? It was an 8. Tell me why. I was worried. So our most recent date was actually like a month ago. And it was during quarantine and we went on a FaceTime date. Anyway, so this is the one he's talking about. He said, I was worried with it being a FaceTime date that it would be crazy awkward, but I always enjoy talking to you and getting to know you. I'll shoot my shot here. Want to go on a real date next time we're in the same state? Yes, I'll go on a date with you.
We're watching history, people. We're watching history.
On a scale of 1 to 10, rate my attractiveness. He said up there with Megan Fox out of 10. Thanks. Did this play a factor? He said yes. First man that's been honest in this whole thing.
Truly.
Rate my personality 1 to 10. 10, the best thing that's ever happened to mankind.
Aww.
What terms are we on? We share music and TV suggestions, so I guess you can say things are pretty serious. That's true.
That's funny.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward is this? He put it at a 5. Okay. Would you go on another date with me? Yes. I said anything else you'd like to say to my YouTube viewers? He said, hi, Mom.
Because his mom.
His mom watched the videos. This next boy is best friends with Sam, which is one of the other boys that I'm not a player. We went on a group date.
We went on a date. I went with Austin, and this was like way before I started dating Asa. And she went with Sam.
When did we go on a date? 6/20/2016. How many dates did we go on? He said a couple.
doubles. That's true.
How fun was our date? He put in an 8. Tell me why. He said being y'all was a blast and a half. No matter what we're doing, whether it was throwing glass or blasting music or sucking up bullying, it was fun. I haven't had too many girls be that outgoing on dates. Aww. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate my attractiveness.
Nice.
I was a 9.
I think you're averaging like an 8 or 9
guys, you're
here.
boosting my confidence up in here. Did this play a factor? He said yes. I feel like y'all we're proud that they said yes. It doesn't matter if they said yes or no.
It doesn't matter.
He just said yes.
Those of you who put no, respectful.
Rate my personality 1 to 10. He put me at an 8.
Solid.
What terms are we on? Honestly, I have no idea. I feel like we're friends, but we also don't really talk, so not bad. But I wish we were closer like we used to be.
That's valid.
That's fair.
Valid. I fair.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward is this? He said 10. Nah, bro, chill. Would you go on a date with me? Yes. Okay.
Trevor
and I never actually went out on a romantic date. We both just got basically, in a way, stood up by dates we were supposed to go on a group date with, and so we went with each other at the last minute. How many days did we go on? 1. How fun was our date?
I was
10. I was in love. Gerard Queen. Tell me why. Love a girl who knows what she wants and also buys my dinner. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate my attractiveness. I was a 10. Up there with Megan Fox. Ow, ow. Did this play a factor? No, that's because that was not why we went on a date. Oh, he said I was the best thing that's happened to mankind out of 10. Snap, snap. What terms are we on? In love and racing to get married before Bailey and Ace. On a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward is it? Awkward is this? He said 1. I'm cringing. Would you go on another date with me? He said yes. He said Bailey greater than Brooklyn. He said I'm greater than Bailey.
Rude.
Okay, Peyton. Another one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Oh my gosh, Peyton's so
Also, he has a humor, just very funny guy. When did we go on a date? 10/20/2018. How many days did we go on? He said, I don't really know how many of them were official dates, how many of you were just hanging out. How fun was our date? 7. Tell me why. Always enjoyed our time together, had lots of fun. Just wasn't right to date.
This is true.
On a scale of 1 to 10, he said I was a 7. That's the lowest one.
No, you got another 7 at some point.
Did this play a factor? Yes. Snap.
Okay.
Rate my personality 1 to 10, 8. I know I'm not as funny as you, I'm sorry. What terms are we on? I think we're pretty good. Definitely better than my other exes. On a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward is this? He said 10. Nah, bro, it's chill. Would you rather go on a date with me?
Would you go on another date with me?
Nah. That's okay.
It's okay.
I'm not hurt. Anything else you'd like to say to my YouTube viewers? Brooklyn is a pretty neat gal. I suggest getting to know her, but don't swarm her at football games.
There's a story behind that. They went to like a middle school or high school football game.
Yeah, it was like one of the times we were hanging out, dating. I don't really know. And we went to a football game at his hometown, and
it was just like
it was maybe the biggest mob I've ever been like swarmed by. I have never been the kind of person that just like freaks out, but I literally looked at Peyton and there were like 100 people separating us, and I think you could see the panic in my eyes because I was like, he said, don't swarm me at football games. This next one is Parker's. I did not expect him to fill this out. We have spoken maybe 3 or 4 times since we broke up like 3 years ago. And he filled it out.
You know what? Great guy.
I cannot believe he filled this out.
You, Parker. This is awesome.
I saw this and I was like, what?
It's going to be the truth right
He
here.
said, what's your name? Parker. When did we go on a date? 2017.
Yeah.
He said, how many days did we go? And he said, I don't know, ask the viewers. Probably at least 3. We dated for almost 2 years, so a lot of dates.
A lot.
How fun was our date?
This is 7. That's not bad. You had to read it out loud. He said, how was our date? He said 7, and he says, tell me why. He says,
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
I appreciate the truth, dude. Thank you. Okay, he says, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate my attractiveness.
A 7.
It's a 7.
That's another 7.
So did it play a factor in me going on a date with you?
Yes, rate my personality 1 to 10, 5.
He says 5. He says, what terms are we on? He says, good enough to fill out the survey, apparently. Okay. I'm living for this, man.
This is making me internally cringe.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how awkward is this? Is a 2? Understandable.
Would you go on a date with me?
Nah. He says,
Anything
anything
else
else
to
to
say?
say? No.
Okay.
Thank you, Parker. That took some guts, man. Oh my gosh, you guys.
I am friends with a lot of the people I've been on dates with / like am not dating anymore. Like a lot of my exes I'm friends with / can speak to sometimes. And
Even the ones that ended poorly are still
Like,
on decent
okay.
terms. You know what I mean?
I have a good personality and I look like Megan Fox.
Honestly, shout out to all the guys that filled this survey out. It took some guts to send it, and it took some guts to fill it out.
No
so
kidding.
Good for y'all, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Partially. I hope you were internally
If you want to
cringing as much
embarrass
as we were.
yourself, you should do this.
Yeah, comment down below if you guys think we should do a part 2. I don't know if I've dated that many guys. I've only dated one guy, but I could do the go
I
on
can quickly go on like 10 days.
I'll just call a quick 10 days, throw the best, and I'll be right back. Anyway, we love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.